The Dolomites, Italy. Vertical walls, deep valleys, and towering peaks with spectacular alpine views. This UNESCO World Heritage Site attracts 6,000 runners from over 100 countries at Italy's leading trail running event, La Sportiva Lavaredo Ultra Trail by UTMB. An event part of the UTMB World Series, the world's ultimate trail running circuit. Cortina d'Ampezzo is a very beautiful town, surrounded by the Ampezzo Dolomites. In 1956, it hosted the Winter Olympics, and they'll be held here again in 2026. We're very lucky to have this world-famous location. This year, we have about 6,000 participants from over 100 countries who come because they love running in the Ampezzo Dolomites. In October, we had 14,000 pre-registrations. Each year, we hold a lottery that allows 6,000 people to join the race.
My name is Tom Evans. I'm a 32-year-old runner from Great Britain. My best results are I won Western States in 2023. I was third at UTMB in 2022.
My name is Hannes Namberger. I'm 35 years old. The Lavaredo is for me very important because I love the area, I love the track. It fits perfect for my running style.
My name is Reiter Andreas. I'm from Italy. I'm 31 years old. I'm a professional trail runner. I'm here now for the fourth time, and Lavaredo is the biggest trail running race in Italy. I had never finished the race for several reasons.
My name is Rosanna Buchauer. I'm a German trail running athlete and I live in Austria, in Tyrol. I'm 34 years old. It's my first race that's longer than 100 kilometers, and I live quite close, like 3 hours from here, and I love Italy and I love the area here, so that's why I thought 120 kilometers in Italy is a good start.
My name is Jonas Russi. I'm from Andermatt, Switzerland. I'm 39 years old. My best results in trail running was definitely last year here in Lavaredo. I won the race in 23.
I am Giuditta Turini from Grassone in the Aosta Valley. I'm not a professional athlete, but I love running. Participating in the Lavaredo will be a great challenge in training as I prepare for the UTMB, the 170-kilometer race. There's an 8-week gap between the two races, and the Lavaredo will be a long training run to help me get ready for the UTMB.
Per poter affrontare in modo decente l'UTMB.
The Lavaredo 120K starts at 11 p.m. on Friday night, always on the last weekend of June. The course is not very technical, quite simple, but the race still includes 5,800 meters of elevation gain. The most beautiful and appreciated points, especially by foreigners who come here specifically for the Dolomites, are the passages by the Tre Cime de Lavaredo. After a start in the town of Cortina d'Ampezzo, the runners of the 120-kilometer course go through the first aid station at Ospitale, entering the heart of the Dolomites' dramatic scenery. At sunrise, runners encounter the iconic Tre Cime de Lavaredo, a trio of towering peaks that dominate the skyline before reaching Cime Banche and the halfway mark. From Val Travenzanes, runners tackle the final major climbs of the course and enjoy breathtaking views of the Ampezzo Dolomites, the Cinque Torre, the Monte Val Pass, the Passaggiao. The last leg of the race, from Refugio Croda del Lago, brings runners through the final kilometers of rugged terrain and exhilarating descents, culminating with a triumphant finish in Cortina d'Ampezzo. Some of the world's best trail runners gather in Cortina d'Ampezzo to compete against each other. Today, in 2024, you stand at the start of the Lavaredo Ultra Trail and you have 25 professional runners.
Really excited to be here. The crowds are incredible and yeah, just looking forward to getting going now.
Yeah, I think I'm okay, surprisingly. I'm nervous, but okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to race.
A bit nervous, but it's okay.
Feeling good, feeling excited, ready for the start, and yeah, I'm looking forward for the start.
Let's hope it's a beautiful night. I can't wait to see the sunrise at the Tre Cime. The 120 kilometers, the Queen Race, starts from Corso Italia in the heart of Cortina d'Ampezzo with thousands of supporters, friends and family cheering on their heroes. At the front, elite runners immediately set a high pace.
Yeah, I think it will be hugely competitive, and a lot of the guys racing this weekend will be the same who I race against at UTMB.
Runners still close to each other embark on their nighttime journey, forming a beautiful trail of lights.
This year's Lavaredo is a very good and strong lineup, and very good athletes, and I don't know how they will go, and probably some of them they will go very hard from the beginning.
Having covered the first 19 kilometers, the race leaders charged through the first aid station of the course at Ospitale, swiftly refilling before continuing their ascent.
I'm in a good shape, and if I'm running a good and smart race, I think everything is possible.
After 1 hour 45 minutes of running in the dark and leading the women's race, Rosanna Buchauer arrives at the Ospitale aid station.
I came in May and beginning of June to check parts of the course, so especially the night part. So I know maybe 2/3 of the trek, and the rest I will discover tomorrow. Yes, I love Italy for the races, and I love them for their excitement level.
Less than 2 minutes later, Giuditta Turini passes through. Throughout the long night of racing, runners are guided by the sounds of nature, their steady footsteps, and the rhythm of their poles. Registered for the 80K race, Marco Tomasson and his teammates from Dacia Ultra Team are getting ready for their journey into the heart of the Dolomites.
Ciao a tutti.
Hi everyone, my name is Marco and I'm an Italian YouTuber. The goal of the Dacia Ultra Team is to bring people together who love challenges, hard work, and trail running. Every year, many elite athletes participate in the race. My personal advice for aiming for the podium is to have a conservative strategy until Tre Cime, which is about halfway through the race. Then, with your legs still strong, give it all you have from that point onwards. The race truly begins there. There's a long valley called Val Traventas, a challenging 10 kilometers through the mountains. It's very exhausting. But once you reach Col Gallina, let's say the race is almost done.
This is my first time at Lavaredo, and we are fairly close now to Ultra Trail de Mont-Blanc. The terrain itself is pretty similar. It's a very runnable course, and also a huge portion of it is at night, which is very similar to UTMB at the finals.
Regarding preparation, I sometimes do nighttime training sessions, but I don't particularly enjoy being out late into the night. In the evening, I definitely do some training sessions, but I don't suffer too much from lack of sleep during the races because of the adrenaline.
Running at night it's a completely different sport to running in the day. My top tips would be practice is the main thing, and get a headlamp that works for you. And then coming up with a strategy so you know how much battery life you have on your headlamp, because the worst thing that can happen is you run out of battery. If someone's running behind you and they've got a more powerful lamp than you, then you will create a huge shadow, so it's difficult to see where you're going. So if there are people with stronger lights than you, let them go to the front.
You have 6 hours with the headlamp. I know what I have to do in this time, and I like it. I like it if it's really cold. And the sad thing is you pass the Tre Cime in the darkness and you don't see if the sun is rising.
I feel good. I had to switch to my second headlamp because my first one died. So now I'm just waiting for the sun to rise.
To me, it was important to have a look, especially in the downhills, to also know what headlamp I'm going to use, and to get a little bit of feeling how long are the downhills, how technical are they. And I think now I feel more secure to start because I know a little bit what's coming up.
And that's my, running through the night here. I don't plan on being at the front of the race at all because it's more difficult to navigate at night. So if you're 5-10 meters behind the leader, it's perfect.
I would totally give this as an advice to check, like on some long runs, like 30-40 kilometers off the track, and then look at the profile. And I think it helps mentally to know what's coming up.
A little bit, and some information.
Making a strong impression in her first 100 miles, Rosanna Buchauer is still leading the women's race after 28 kilometers.
In my preparation, I also planned a lot of mental strategies, and that helped a lot. And what I discovered is that I knew eating is important, but nutrition and eating really is key, and that's where it was really good to have my supporter to tell me what I already ate and that I still need to eat. And mentally, I think I had a really strong day.
Giuditta Turini is closely following Rosanna as they go through the Passo Tre Cime aid station. Nancy Jiang from New Zealand is now in third position.
La notte normalmente non mi piace tanto correre la notte, ma
Honestly, I don't really like running at night, but we were in a big group of 5 or 6 people. That way, time goes by way faster.
e così il tempo passa più veloce.
The beginning of the race was totally strange because nobody wanted to go. Nobody wanted to push and want to go for a breakaway.
I was surprised at how big the group was at the beginning. And I think sort of for the first 30 kilometers, there were 15, 20 people.
After over 50 kilometers and 5 hours of racing, the men's leaders are still packed at the front of the race as the sun is starting to rise over Tre Cime de Lavaredo. Having completed the 42-kilometer race at Chianti Ultra Trail by UTMB in March 2024, running enthusiasts from the Dacia Ultra team are stepping up to a new challenge, finishing the Lavaredo 80-kilometer race.
Per me è come dire affrontare una paura, affrontare.
For me, it's about facing a fear, tackling an incredible challenge, and becoming a better version of myself. Taking on this challenge will help me level up. I really love both physical and mental challenges.
D'altronde a me le sfide piacciono tantissimo, sia fisiche che mentali.
It will be very tough mentally and can get boring in my opinion. After running 10, 20, or 30 kilometers alone, you risk getting bored. Or at least that's what happened to me in the last race. After 6 hours alone, it starts to get difficult mentally. That's my biggest fear. That and cramps.
pelo agitato.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but also excited. I'm pumped for tomorrow.
Per domani, dai. Ok, il mio ruolo nel Dacia Ultra Team è quello, diciamo, di un mentore.
My role in the Dacia Ultra Team is that of a mentor, not from a technical running perspective, but from a mental one. This is something I also cover in my YouTube channel and social networks. So let's say I'm a mentor and a mental coach.
Siamo un mentore / mental coach.
Feel the fear, but do it anyway. That's my motto. It's now 6 a.m., and Andreas Reiter is the first runner to arrive at the Malgarastua aid station at 77 kilometers. After Cime Banche, after the aid station, I increased my pace a bit and went at my own speed. I was in front alone, and from there I thought, come on, today could be my day to win.
E da lì ho pensato, dai, oggi potrebbe essere la mia giornata per vincere.
Just 1.5 minutes behind is Tom Evans in second place.
We have all the same cards on the start line. You never know what happened. You can have a bad day, and yeah, it is not helpful that everybody's cheering for you. You have to earn every meter by yourself.
Yannick Noel and Hannes Namberger are in the chase at the aid station. Rosanna Buchauer increased her lead during the night.
I have to say the beginning was really perfect. Like on the first downhill, I passed so many people and I felt like, whoa, am I going too fast? What's going on? But I felt really good.
With Giuditta Turini 36 minutes behind at Malgarastua. At the same time in Alta Badia, runners are getting ready for 80 kilometers and 4,600 meters of elevation gain. Marco and the rest of the Dacia Ultra team are heading towards the start line.
Ho iniziato a praticare il trail run.
I started trail running a few months ago when Dacia proposed this project to me. Before that, I didn't really know the sport, just heard about it. But the moment I did my first mountain run, my first trail run, I absolutely fell in love.
Mi sono innamorato assolutamente. Sono un pelo spaventato, però molto.
I'm a bit scared but very excited. The atmosphere is crazy, it's phenomenal. This is my second race, so it's a new experience. I'm excited about the views I'll see. Honestly, I'm scared of cramps. In a few hours, we'll see how it goes.
Enjoy. Thank you very much.
So we just love her. We're so happy to have her here again.
What we should do is let her have another journey of 80 kilometres.
Yeah,
and she can
why
tell
not?
us the story at the end.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
After an initial uphill section through the village, runners take on the first big climb of the course, the Giu di Sant'Antone, culminating at 2,466 meters. It's going great, really great. I have a bit of a sore throat. We crossed a point where it was cold. There was even snow. I didn't expect that, but it's fine. I'm going really slowly, so I've run very little. But I'll follow the advice of my Dacia Ultra teammates who told me to walk until halfway. Take it easy, and then after that, I can start to speed up. All right, now I'll drink something.
Yeah, very good. So nice.
I'm at the checkpoint, which means I'm totally pumped now. I'm already further ahead, so I'll catch up with them along the way. After 19 kilometers and 4 hours on the trails, Marco leaves the aid station at Refugio Pederu. From this point at Malgarastua, Marco has 45 kilometers to go on his journey to the finish line in Cortina d'Ampezzo. How will my body react? Because so far we've done 34 kilometers. My legs are a bit tired, but I'm taking it easy. I'm not overdoing it. The last race I did, a month and a half ago, was my first trail run. I did 34 kilometers, so now it'd be over, except I finished in 6.5 hours and I was wrecked. Now, however, I feel good. My legs are a bit tired, but for sure, one aid station at a time, that's the goal.
Top one. Mangio qualcosa. Sono state due salite infernali veramente. Ce n'era una lunga e ripida.
There were two hellish climbs, really. One was long and steep, and it was very, very slow. But 1, 2, 3 steps, and then there was a long descent, but I couldn't run, so I walked it. And then I said, come on, I'll get there. But no, another kilometer uphill and everything collapsed for me. But I told myself, come on, there's a refuge soon. Now I think another 15 or 20 minutes, I'll get sorted. Change my shoes because they're all wet, and then I found a teammate. Now there's the youngest and the oldest in the team. the youngest and the oldest. And now we're going together. Exactly. We'll get sorted and then we'll go get it together.
Fermiamo e poi ce la andiamo a prendere insieme. Let's go.
After a well-deserved rest at Colgalina, Marco and his teammate Federico are getting ready to spend the night in the mountains. On the 120-kilometer course, the competition is still at its peak. Tom Evans caught up with Andreas Reiterer. Jonas Russi, Hannes Namberger, and Yannick Noel are not far behind. While Andreas Reiterer is leading the race with a few minutes, the competition is tight between Hannes Namberger, Yannick Noel, Tom Evans, Jonas Russi, and Thibaut Garivier.
My name is Yannick Noel. I'm 37 years old. I'm a pastry chef. I live in the Deux Alpes in Isère. At the beginning I said, I'm going to try to do something. I'll go with the best, with the front runners. Arriving at kilometer 60 with Hannes, that's where we started to be the hunters.
We had a conversation on Thursday about to finish a race together. And we both said, we did it before, but we never do it again.
Yeah, maybe 20 kilometers to go. I said, you know that conversation that we had about not finishing together? Someone's gonna crack. Someone has to make a move at some point. We both knew, even though we were running together, someone needs to come first, someone needs to come second.
I wanted to win. I wanted it so much. I was dreaming about it.
After 105 kilometers, Hannes Namberger and Tom Evans are neck and neck at Passo Giao.
I know every kilometer of the last descent. I know every stone. And I said, okay, I have to go all in. It was now or never.
The fight continues until Hannes flies off in the descent.
Sometimes I looked to my watch, it was under 3 minutes per K, and that was very fast.
Hannes has a 36-second lead at Refugio Croda del Lago with 10 kilometers to go.
Hannes is the best runner in the world at Lavaredo. This is his course. He is the course record holder. He's now won it 3 times. He's always going to be super strong here.
Pushing to the finish line, Hannes Namberger claims his third title in 11 hours, 57 minutes, and 15 seconds. Just 3 minutes after Hannes Namberger, Tom Evans takes the second place.
Yesterday was super tough. Yeah, a really hard battle. You know, I was very glad that the finish line came when it did, because yeah, I was ready to stop.
After getting dropped by Hannes and Tom at the 90-kilometer mark, I felt like I was being hunted. I was in third place with a bit of a lead, but not too much. Honestly, I prefer to be the one chasing.
My motivation basically is that I love competition. I used to play soccer and then I quit and needed to find something else to do. Living in the mountains, I thought, I'll start running. I love running, but more than that, I love putting on a race bib. I spotted Thibaut in the distance with 12 kilometers of downhill left. So I switched off my brain and I gave it everything I got. After a fantastic race, Yannick Noel completes the men's podium at only 15 minutes from the first place spot. And then at the beginning of Travenances, things were still going well. But halfway at Marga, at the 90th kilometer, I felt the fatigue in my legs. Then I hit a wall that lasted 10 kilometers, and that's where they overtook me. In the end, I recovered well, but I couldn't close the gap and ended up in third place. For his fourth try, Andreas finally finishes the race in an impressive 6th position.
So the plan was to do a strong race, but to not focus so much on the ranking. So we planned with heart rate and time. But then, of course, when you know you're first, you're like, I want to keep that.
Passing at Refugio Coda del Lago at kilometer 112, Rosanna Buchauer has a 1-hour advance on her competitors. 10 kilometers from the finish, I was feeling great, but unfortunately, I had a small problem with my leg, and the final descent felt really long.
In front of me, a lot of men, and that was my goal, to catch the next man, and with a start number under 100, and that was the game changer, I think.
Michaela Wolf pushes through and slowly climbs up the classification, now in 3rd place position. Still all alone at the front, Rosanna Buchauer remains focused as she tackles the final kilometers. Rosanna Buchauer is the first woman to cross the finish line in 14 hours, 9 minutes, and 23 seconds. With Michaela Wolf on her heels, Giuditta Turini keeps going. The third girl was catching up, but this little problem with my leg prevented me from speeding up, even though I knew she was closing in. Only in the last 2 kilometers was I able to pick up the pace and try to jog despite the pain in my leg.
Sono riuscita un po' a prendere il ritmo, a cercare di corricchiare nonostante il mio male alla gamba.
With 3 kilometers to go, you think, should I stop now and throw it all away? But then you tell yourself, no, I've done 117 kilometers. I absolutely have to make it to the finish line. Giving it all she's got, Giuditta Turini claims second place. With a big smile on her face, Michaela Wolf finishes strong in third place, less than 4 minutes after Giuditta.
The result was amazing. That was my dream to come here, my third time and my third win. Yeah, that's all what I want. So perfect. Yeah, I'm super happy.
The course is incredible. I hadn't been to the Dolomites before. It's amazing.
I felt really great in the beginning. It was just everything coming together. And then from kilometer 97 onwards, I really suffered. And for sure, I was doubting if I make it to the finish line, but then I got a lot of motivation, and yeah, coming here to the finish line was amazing.
Here are the results for the 120-kilometer men's race. Here are the results for the 120-kilometer women's race. With 25 kilometers to go to reach the finish line in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Marco and his teammates are entering the night. They are about to experience a big first on this 80K race. It was a very difficult race. He told me he had muscle problems and also nausea. He didn't feel right.
I
gave it my all, initially aiming for 50 kilometers, but as I saw myself going strong, I got more and more pumped up. When darkness fell, everything sort of collapsed because it was very challenging. It was really tough. And in the end, 9 kilometers from the finish line, I decided to slow down to avoid hurting myself too much, because the last stretch was tough, especially the downhill, which was causing pain in my legs. So here we are, and I would say it's worth trying again. While Marco didn't finish the race this time, his teammates Francesco, Gianluca, Federico, and many other runners experienced the joy of becoming a finisher. Every year we have over 600 volunteers who help with the organization of the event. And we always say that Christina and I are the faces of it, but in reality, we are just 2 out of the 600 people who make this great event come together. So thank you to all of our volunteers.